Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that aliens have arrived on Earth. The world would descend into chaos within minutes, with governments scrambling to respond, media spreading panic, and people unsure of whether to fight, flee, or surrender. For centuries, humanity has speculated about life beyond Earth, but facing it directly would shatter everything we know about science, religion, and society. Streets would be filled with fear, survival instincts would take over, and everyone would wonder if these visitors are friends or conquerors. If you love exploring mind-bending, what-if scenarios, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating journeys. Now, let's see what would truly happen if aliens invaded Earth tomorrow. The first major change would be global panic and immediate breakdown of order. Stock markets would crash, flights would be grounded, and cities would lock down. Fear spreads faster than anything else, and misinformation would fuel hysteria. Some people might see aliens as gods, others as monsters, and divisions would quickly form among nations. Governments would declare states of emergency, martial law could be enforced, and the internet would be flooded with unverified videos. This uncertainty would make the first few hours absolutely critical in shaping humanity's response. Next, militaries around the world would activate their defenses, deploying fighter jets, submarines, and nuclear arsenals into standby mode. But against an alien civilization capable of interstellar travel, human weapons would likely be primitive. Still, fear of annihilation would drive nations to prepare for battle. Countries might form alliances, uniting under a common enemy, or they might fall into selfish competition. The world's military powers would play a high-stakes game where a single mistake could wipe out entire cities. Humanity's survival would hang by a thread. At the same time, scientists would rush to understand alien technology, language, and intentions. Astrophysicists, biologists, and engineers would work day and night to decode signals and analyze spacecraft materials. The challenge would not only be technological but also biological. What if these beings carried unknown diseases? Research labs would turn into war rooms, desperately trying to close the vast gap between human science and extraterrestrial intelligence. The future of Earth would depend on how quickly we could learn from their presence. Meanwhile, religion and philosophy would be shaken to the core. Billions of people would question their beliefs, asking whether humanity is truly special in the universe. Some faiths might see aliens as proof of divine creation, while others would view them as a threat to human destiny. Entire communities might split apart, while others unite in prayer. The psychological impact would be as massive as the physical threat, rewriting humanity's sense of purpose and place in the cosmos. On the ground, everyday life would collapse almost instantly. Supermarkets would be emptied, supply chains disrupted, and survival instincts would dominate human behavior. Some people would barricade themselves at home, while others would attempt to flee to remote areas. Social trust would erode, with neighbors becoming rivals for food and water. In such chaos, humanity's greatest danger might not be aliens, but our own fear-driven actions. How we treat each other in those first days could determine the fate of civilization. If aliens proved hostile, humanity's only chance might lie in asymmetric warfare. Guerrilla tactics, cyber attacks, and underground resistance movements would form in every corner of the globe. Movies often show armies fighting aliens in large battles, but in reality, humanity would likely resort to small-scale sabotage and survival strategies. The fight would be less about victory and more about buying time. Every passing day of resistance could offer scientists the chance to discover weaknesses or negotiate peace. But what if aliens came not to destroy but to control? Occupation could become our new reality. Advanced technology might allow them to dominate communications, control infrastructure, and monitor every human action. Humans might become second-class citizens on their own planet, living under constant surveillance. Some might collaborate with aliens for survival, while others would rebel at any cost. The balance between submission and resistance would shape Earth's new society. If instead aliens sought peaceful contact, humanity would still face enormous challenges. Negotiating with an advanced civilization would require unity that we rarely achieve. Miscommunication could easily spark conflict, and mistrust could poison diplomacy. Still, cooperation might open doors to technology beyond imagination. Cures for diseases, unlimited clean energy, and space travel. But the price of such knowledge could be the loss of independence, as humanity risks becoming dependent on alien power. One of the strangest consequences would be the potential reshaping of Earth's environment. Aliens might not breathe our air, drink our water, or tolerate our climate. They could begin terraforming the planet, altering oceans, skies, and land to suit their biology. What is home to us might become hostile within years. Humanity could be forced into survival zones, fighting not just against invaders, but against a changing Earth itself. The planet would no longer belong to us. In the end, the question would not only be survival but identity. Would humanity rise as one species, united under a common threat, or would we fracture into chaos? The invasion of aliens tomorrow would test every weakness and strength we have as a civilization. It could mark the end of our world or the beginning of something entirely new. But no matter what, one thing is certain: life would never be the same again. But let's take a moment to consider the global economy. Even if aliens don't attack immediately, their presence alone would cripple trade, travel, and industry. Banks might freeze, currencies could lose value overnight, and supply chains would collapse. Humanity would struggle to access basic necessities, with governments scrambling to stabilize markets. Every decision would carry immense weight, as one wrong move could trigger panic or violence. Economists, scientists, and leaders would work tirelessly to maintain order, knowing that even minor mistakes could have catastrophic consequences. The shadow of alien presence would touch every aspect of daily life, leaving no country untouched. Another challenge would be communication. Humans might attempt to reach out, but understanding an alien language or thought process could be impossible. Misinterpretation could spark accidental attacks or diplomatic disasters. Meanwhile, AI and advanced technology might play a crucial role in translating and analyzing alien signals. Humanity would need to rely on machines to bridge the gap between two entirely different civilizations. Trusting technology while facing an unknown species would become a vital survival skill, reshaping how humans interact with both machines and each other. If humanity manages to survive the first weeks, a new social order could emerge. Communities might cluster into fortified zones, relying on shared resources and collective defense. New leaders would rise, chosen for intelligence, courage, and adaptability rather than wealth or power. Education, culture, and religion would adapt to the new reality, emphasizing survival, cooperation, and knowledge of alien systems. Life would become a delicate balance between learning from the invaders and protecting human autonomy. The Earth we knew would vanish, replaced by a world defined by adaptation and resilience. Finally, the psychological impact on humanity would be profound and long-lasting. Generations born under alien presence would grow up with a very different understanding of their place in the universe. Fear, awe, and curiosity would intertwine, creating a species simultaneously cautious and brilliant. Art, literature, and science would reflect this new reality, exploring the mysteries of the cosmos and the limits of human courage. Humanity might discover strength it never knew it had, facing challenges far beyond anything seen in history. One thing would remain certain: life on Earth would never, ever be the same again. The invasion would also force humanity to rethink space exploration and our place in the cosmos. For the first time, humans would realize we are not alone, and that life beyond Earth is not just theoretical. Nations might invest billions into building new spacecraft, hoping to escape danger or establish communication with other civilizations. Space could become both a sanctuary and a battlefield, with humans learning to navigate the universe under constant pressure. The curiosity and ambition that once drove exploration would now be fueled by survival and necessity. If you enjoyed exploring this "what if" scenario, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more thrilling journeys into the unknown. Stay curious, stay prepared, and remember, the universe is far bigger and stranger than we think.